What up, Heart Squad? Welcome to another Guess That Grade, where in today's episode, we will be attempting to do something not seen since the last time we've done this on my channel. That is, see if my first edition base set Charizard PSA 10 can perhaps get crossed over to Beckett and become one of the world's only Beckett Pristine 10 Charizard cards. I'm talking about this guy, my PSA Gem Mint 10 First Edition Charizard. Yes, it is signed by the original illustrator of Charizard card, Mitsuhiro Arita, with this beautiful, beautiful illustration of Charizard. And we will be attempting later on in this episode to not only take a look at the card, but we will be submitting it to Beckett in this episode of Guess That Grade. Where if you're new to the channel, this is a very, very fun and popular series on the channel where I will be showcasing literally the rarest Pokemon cards in the world. We will take a close look at them. It's going to take the effort of you and I to predict the grades. We will be going to a grading service. I've been using Beckett because they're located in the same city as myself, but you can also go to PSA if you'd like. And if we get the correct grades, which I hopefully do, these cards are potentially worth, well, hundreds of thousands of dollars, as we will get to shortly. So if you can, please consider subscribing to the channel and leave a like, because we are getting into the first card. That is another first edition Charizard. This one is actually from that shoebox collection that we recently showcased on the channel last week. The video will be in the eye if you want to go check it out. But this, my friends, is basically the card of the month. First edition English base set Charizard card. And this one is actually surprisingly in very, very good condition for one of those cards that's been sitting in like a garage sale, or you just in the closet and it's been messed up as a kid. But let's take a look at the grade. Feel free to make your predictions at home and leave them in the comment section below. I do have to be very careful with this card. And just so everybody knows, using gloves is not recommended when you're handling cards like this, especially when you're opening up the packs. It makes it a lot more difficult and it ruins the cards much more than you think. Just clean your hands and make sure they're not all oily, even though I just had some nachos before this. First edition base set Charizard. This is a thin stamped, basically meaning that the little one right here is just thinner, you know, just different print runs of the card. But let's take a closer look at this card because I honestly wanted to wait until doing the series to get a closer look. Centering does look off because there are 4 categories when grading that you want to look out for. Centering is one of the biggest ones. Surface, like the surface of the card, edges of the card, and of course the corners of the card. So the centering, as you can see, is more from the yellow on that side compared to that side, as well as that side to that side. It's not too much, so that should likely get still probably a 9 to 9.5 for centering, so not too bad. Let's take a closer look at the holofoil of this card. By the way, I will be going into population reports. That is how many of these cards are graded as they are in the wild, as well as values of the cards in the second half of this video when I'm actually revealing the results. But this is one of the most fun parts of the video, is taking a closer look. It does look like there may be some scratches like right over here on the holofoil, maybe down here as well, which is not the best, but you know, it's an older card. It's not freshly pack pulled. Did that make sense? Looks like there may be some holofoil bleed on the edges right here. Nothing too crazy. Like, I love seeing no bends, no major scratches, because those are smaller scratches. Here's something that I do need to show y'all. The edges at the top is all whitenings up there, so that's not the best. Corner, I mean, there's some whitening on the corner. Nothing too crazy on that one. Definitely whitening. So the edges, and of course the corner down here, they're gonna be hit pretty bad. Like, still, all of that considering, lowest would be a 7.5 for like the edges. Could be an 8. Wouldn't be surprised based off of how things have been graded in the past. So overall for this, I I want to be optimistic and say this gets a Beckett or BGS 8, which would be amazing because the difference in just 0.5 decimal, which Beckett does, is massive, especially for the market and how this card is going right now. So, wanted to get this graded. We shall see later on what this card gets. Next up, we have a surprise card. This is actually one of the very rare and difficult to pull Pikachu Vmax promo cards. It has the little Japanese right there. Did a video about 2 weeks ago opening up the newest Pokemon set, Vivid Voltage, but the Japanese equivalent, because Vivid Voltage, I'll be doing an opening within the next couple weeks on the channel. That's the newest Pokemon set. I know there's so many coming out! Champion's Path and Vivid Voltage! But this is you can't get this from a booster box. This was only from the promotional packs, the little yellow ones. And the odds of getting this were like 1 out of 100, and I pulled 2 out of 12 packs. It was insane. Last I had saw the cards were going for over $100, but that was like a week ago. They could be worth more. They could be worth less, but we'll find out later on in the video. For this card, obviously it's the chunky Pikachu, so it's extra cuddly. Taking a closer look, centering of this card looks flawless. I don't see anything wrong with the centering. The surface, excuse me. Corners, everything. Centering. Guys, we may have a black label BGS in our hands, which is much more easier to get, and I say easy, less difficult to get, in Japanese form compared to English form, because the cards are just better quality in Japanese. That being said, it is still almost impossible to get one. That's gonna be my prediction. There's my prediction, ladies and gentlemen. For this Pikachu VMAX promo card, a Beckett or BGS Black Label 10. And if we do, that would be absolutely incredible. And I know English cards are clearly more popular, because I'm in the US and stuff, than in general, the Japanese cards, but you gotta absolutely respect the Japanese cards because they are better quality, and a lot of times they're just beautiful cards too. So there we go. That is that one. We have 2 more to go, and these are heavy hitters. First edition Raichu base set. The rest of them are base set holographics, mine y'all. So both of these are ones that I have pulled recently. Let's take a closer look. Now, this is going to be interesting because the yellow is like the card itself with the lightning of the Raichu, electric, and then the borders itself are yellow. So I'll be very, very careful with this because any ding could potentially put some whitening on it, and that would not be good. So centering looks like it's just a tad off, but I'm gonna still give it a 9.5 for the centering wise because it's just a tad more from the top to the left, as well as the right. So not too bad. Should get a 9.5. As far as the surface goes, let's get a closer look at the holofoil for everybody. Nope, wait. No print lines. Fantastic. No scratches. Great. That's awesome. So surface, wait, oh no. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's like, I think I see some holofoil bleed maybe on this left side of the card, right over here. That's just unfortunate because they're that old, but there's really nothing you can do about it. Let's see on the back of the card. Centering looks about the same, so 9.5 for that centering. Actually, I do need to get closer for the corners so I can show y'all. Oh no, so it looks like there may be a little bit of whitening right there, so that's a 9.5. Is that little edge wear at the top, I believe? Alright, so that being said, I'm still gonna give this for my prediction for this first edition base set Raichu card, I'm still gonna give this a 9.5. It may not be a strong 9.5, but that is my prediction, a BGS 9.5. You never know. I've been surprised, like the first edition Magneton from the previous episode came back a strong 9.5. The surface was a 10. So we can be absolutely surprised. But there we go, first edition Raichu. Last up, we have a first edition Zapdos. It's the Electric Parade right now. Let's take a look at this one. Being very, very gentle. And I pulled this one as well recently. Zapdos centering wise looks like you can almost pass this off as perfect centering. So stronger centering than the Raichu, and of course that's Charizard. I don't see any dings or whatnot. Let's take a look at print lines if there are any. Obviously there's more illustration of the Pokemon itself, so less chances of scratches for the holofoil part, because that scratches way more easily. This looks flawless on the front, ladies and gentlemen, so that's fantastic. Taking a look at the back. Alright, so it does look like the centering is a little off from right to left, unfortunately. 9.5 centering, but that's okay. Definitely whitening at the top corner. Edges look fine at the top. Nothing. And a little speck of whitening down for the bottom right corner. I'm gonna say this could get, for my prediction, he's a strong boy to birds. BGS 9.5. I think this is gonna be a strong one. But, you know, we can be surprised like we have been before on this series. But there we go. So this is gonna be exciting because we are now moving into, because I haven't even done it yet, this one. My first edition BSA 10 Charizard BSA. That's where it's come to on this channel. PSA. Had this one for years. Obviously, we've seen the news recently. Logic, how you doing if you're watching this? Recently purchased from Iconic Auctions. How are y'all doing if you're watching this? One of these guys went for $183,000 with all the premiums and auction costs. I believe the final cost was around $226,000 for this card. It's absolutely crazy, but then again, it is the holy grail, the English Pokemon TCG. And what makes this specific card special, and I really do hope everybody pays attention to hopefully learn some stuff about this if you don't know, or if you're new. First off, yeah, it has the signature on it. It's just on the case. That's fine. This is a thick stamp one, which is the better one to get for at least the Charizard holographic cards. And what's it called? So, taking a closer look at this card, and you have to always take a closer look at any type of PSA 10 card, because they are, most of the times, they are not actually perfect. That's where BGS and Beck comes in when you get that perfect Beckett Pristine 10, or the prestigious Black Label, which has never been done for a Charizard, or for that matter, I don't even know if any first edition Pokemon card has been. Now, this specific, like the PSA 10s, and I've done stuff with King Pokemon Gary, how you doing if you're watching? We tried getting a bunch of his PSA 10s, not one of them crossed over to a Beckett Pristine 10. He does have, I believe, 2 of them, maybe 3, and that's about it. There's only like 3-ish in the world, I believe, and taking a closer look at this specific PSA 10 Charizard, it is a strong boy, just like Zapdos. It is a strong one. Centering, flawless. Surface, flawless. Taking a closer look at the back, you can see the only and the absolute only thing that could be potentially wrong with this card. It's very minuscule, but at the top left, there's like the smallest bit of whitening. And so, taking a rusted look at the back, and so this is like this is an absolute strong PSA 10, because there's usually like maybe 1 to 2 things that, you know, are super minuscule that's wrong with the PSA 10, and most of them do have something wrong, but not too bad. When you get it in Pristine 10, it's basically almost flawless. You just need 3 out of the 4 10s categories. One of them could be a 9.5, so I would give the corners for this one, you can give it a 9.5. But for the rest, let's hope we get all 10s. But like I'm saying, it's almost impossible, especially to get it bumped up. But I'm going to give it a try, and we will see what we can do and potentially make history here. But this already, guys, is already over a $220,000 card. So, especially with the signature on it. And this was the very first PSA 10 Gem Mint one that Mitsuhiro Rita signed. But there we go. So I'm going to put this over here. But it's time to go to Beckett.
Eventually.
And we're back in the studio. I have the result here. But this second part of this Guess That Grade is special because part 1, old Leonhart had no idea the amazing news to come. And I'm sure you saw my video from a few days ago. My lost Charizard has returned. It was found And to this day, as I'm recording this part, don't know what happened other than it magically showed up again from the USPS, delivering it to PSA card in California. I will be updating y'all on the grade for not only that Charizard, but there was also the forgotten Crystal Nidoking from Aquapolis. In that card, I am fully expecting a perfect score for that one. We'll see what happens with the Charizard as well. At least a 9, hopefully a 10. You know the grades. We'll be talking about the grades today for Charizards because that's what this video is all about. But I'm thankful that it was found because it was missing for 5 months, which is crazy. But enough is enough. In this case are 2 Charizards. The PSA 10 Charizard, first edition base set, and we will be seeing if that card is now worth, at this point, probably more than $500,000 from all the research that I've done, and also seeing if the shoebox Charizard, what that one is. But we shall begin with actually, I don't really know what the first one's gonna be, so we're just gonna grab it and check. All right, so this is that Pikachu promo VMAX card. I believe my prediction was a very optimistic black label, but I didn't see anything wrong with it. So there are no graded Beckett cards of this Pikachu promo, so this is the only one in the world, at least for now, but this is a very rare card. So, are you ready? A 9.5. Wait, what? The surface got an 8.5. Wait. Everything got perfect 10s. Centering, edges, corners, all 10s. But the surface somehow got an 8.5. Which, the surface would still need to be a 9.5 to bump this up to just a pristine gold label 10. So, I don't know what happened. I need your eyes, everybody, to find out, lend me your energy, to find out exactly, oh, that was my spit. Sorry about that, Pikachu. Having an 8.5 for surface is good, but for this, I didn't see anything wrong. Of course, there's dust and specks on the case that are rubbing off. That's not on the card right over here. Unless there's just some sort of marks or something that they glisten in the light or something if you turn it in a certain way. I don't see any whitening, scuffs, or bends on this card. I'm very, very surprised about this one, just so y'all can see it in its full splendor. It's still amazing that it's the gold label 9.5 in all of its 10s except the surface, so I'm really confused on this one. Are y'all? Please let me know. Let me know if you see anything. This still goes for at least $500, so that is still I wouldn't necessarily say a win, but it's nice, and I wanted to get this graded because it is a really cool looking card, and it is the promo one, which is the rarest one. So that's awesome, and so we are wrong, unfortunately, for the first one, but let's see what the next one is. Okay, and the Zapdos first edition card. I think I said for this one a 9.5 or gold label. So let's see. A 9.5! And whoa! Centering and surface got perfect 10s! How about that? Corners got a 9, so we'll take a look at those. Edges got a 9. Guys, this is a strong 9.5! Man, kudos on this one. I'm very proud, actually. So centering is absolutely flawless. Taking a look. To be completely honest, I think the centering is a little off from left to right on this card. But, it's weird, like I was saying before. It's weird because the yellow of the card and the yellow of the borders kind of just mixes it all up. But, centering on the front, centering on the back. I don't know. I feel like it's more on the right side compared to the left. Let me know. Edges. Let's see if we can see anything as far as the edges goes. I don't really see anything on the edges, to be completely honest. So, unless there's just holofoil bleed. maybe on the sides or just scuff marks, you know, from when it was printed. I don't really see anything, so 9.5, nice. Corner's got a 9. I do see that. I don't see maybe something on that corner. This one looks maybe something on that one, but this one looks good, I believe. So corners on this side for the front. There we go. There we go. There we go. That looks good on the front, so I can understand the corners getting a 9. And then a surface. This is a flawless surface. This is a 10 surface, which is incredible. So that's amazing. Wow. Okay. Population will have been on the screen. Prices for this go for well over $10,000 for a card of this magnitude. So there we go. Very, very pleasantly surprised with this one. It's a strong 9.5 for the first edition base set Zapdos card. All right. What do we have next? It is the Raichu. I believe we also gave this one, for my prediction, a BGS Gold label 9.5. And what? A 9? Oh my gosh. What happened between the Zapdos and the Raichu? Didn't I say the Raichu was in better shape than the Zapdos, or was it vice versa? Centering edges in the corners all got 9s, and surface got a 9.5. Let's take just a look all over this card to see what warrants. And this is like dust in the case and stuff from like right over here. So that doesn't look bad on that side. Let's see. Maybe a little corner whitening right there. Little edge wear right there. Close to the corner, but that counts as edge wear. Yeah, there's... wait, it's dust. That corner looks good. That corner looks good as well. Maybe a little bit edge wear at the top. I may have said that in the first part, like right there. So those all got 9s, and the surface got a 9.5. I would need 2 more 9.5s, I believe, to get it bumped up to a 9.5. So this card goes for around $4,000, so it's not too crazy, even close to as the Zapdos. Not just because it's Raichu, but because of the grade as well. Interesting card. May get that regraded just to see if this can bump it up to a 9.5. So there we go. Popsicles for this one. Look, the centering looks better on this one than on the Zapdos one. Like, can y'all see this? Like, there it is for the Zapdos. There it is for the Raichu. I don't know. I'm going so crazy right now. Lend me your energy, please. But, so there we go. There's that one. I believe we have the head honchos next. This has gotta be first edition base set Charizard. I think I said an optimistic 8 for this one. And are you ready? Drum roll, please. 7.5! So a Charizard that's been sitting in a shoebox collection grades a 7.5? I will take it! Even with the little paper grading thing. Let's take a look at the scores. Centering has a 9. Zang. Edges got a 6.5. I mean, they were pretty bad. Corners and surface each got 7.5s. Not bad! Not bad at all. So take a look at that beauty. And taking a look at the back. I mean, you can take a look at like the edges up here. There is like that scuff and whitening on the edges, so absolutely deserves that score for the edge wise. And you can take a look on that side as well. And then that side as well. Corners. I mean, it's just whitening everywhere. It's crazy. It's crazy. But the front does look very, very nice. Like, really, really nice. So, population will have been on the screen for this guy. And as far as, like, prices goes, I mean, they're going for over $25,000 when it comes back a grade in this range. Whether it be Beckett or PSA 8. Just because the guys are crazy right now. So... but that's what you should get when you officially get the grade for these guys. So, very happy actually. It's kind of like, I got it wrong. It was supposed to be an 8, I thought. But, I mean, this is as close as you can get, so I will take it. And I'm very, very happy about that. Likes for Charizard, everybody. So there we go with that one. We're here. We have to talk about what's at stake for what is potentially in this box. If there is a Beckett Pristine, because I'm not getting a black label. In this box, if my PSA 10 switches to a Beckett Pristine 10, there are only 3 in the world, because I believe one was recently graded and turned into one. So I guess this will be 4th. The prices for this, I mean, over $500,000 at least. And that's being generous, because PSA 10s are going for over $220,000. So, are you ready? Lots at stake, but even then, even if it remains a PSA 10, it's still worth almost $250,000. And it's still in the PSA case. Aww, but let's take a look at what is allegedly wrong with it. Okay, wow! Would you look at that? There is nothing wrong with the surface or centering of this guy. That is incredible. Because most PSA 10s, as I said before, there's usually several things that are wrong with the cards. And more than just 3 things wrong. So we'll take a look at the 2 corners. And then apparently there's some edge wear right there. Otherwise, they would mark if there's something wrong with the surface or if there's something wrong with the centering. And there is not. So my friends, not only is this a PSA 10 Gem Mint Charizard, but it is a strong one. And it's also signed by Mitsuhiro Rita on the case, which is incredible. So let's take a closer look at what is exactly up. So looks like, I guess right over here, very, very minuscule too. Going on with the corners right there. That's just dust in the little plasticky and in the case, so don't worry about that. But so right over there, corners, down here as well. Yeah, like right there. Little bit of white speck of white on there. And then the big, where is it? Somewhere with the edges. Like, I guess right over here, there's something with the edge. So that's it. My friends, this is almost a flawless Charizard, which potential to get regraded again, you never know what could happen. That's fantastic. So I'm very, very happy. There are only 120 PSA 10 Gem Mint base set Charizards in the world, first edition. And this is one of them. And now, we're waiting to find out what the grade is for my long lost brethren, first edition base set Charizard from PSA. So please, subscribe to the channel and leave a like, because fun times are coming. My name is Leonhart, stay awesome, stay positive, and as always, I will see y'all in the next video.